Man, everyone is virtually creating content on Hollow Knight Silksong. I'm the only YouTuber creating some content on Dangerous Dave. As if everyone knows what is or what game is Dangerous Dave. Hey, gamer here. Um, in this future lecture video number 3, we will continue hacking the Dangerous Dave game. Yeah, I know it's not Silk Song, but hey, we'll learn some coding. So if you want, follow us and chill code, not vibe code. Follow us. All right. So the last time we solved the issue, or not the issue, we just add a feature about the collectibles. In this video, I'm curious about if you remember or you followed the last video, I'm curious about the 7,000 score at the beginning of the game because this is weird, guys. Every game is supposed to start at score 0, not 700 or sorry, 7,200 points. And I remember that when I get through the glass, I did have 7,000 points other. So we ended up with 14,000 points. And by the end of the demonstration, we've ended up with 15,000 points at the beginning of the game, which is definitely something is wrong here. So let's see what happens. First, I will start by changing the editor look and feel. Yeah, I know it's not related to the game, but sometimes I want to do another theme than default one. The way to do that, I go to the Godot editor settings theme and I look for some cool theme there. Gray, let's see what do we have. No, not gray. Let's go something more solarized dark. What is it? No, not much. Let's see for something more. Yeah, let's go Godot 2. This is the old look and feel of Godot in his version 2. Not really. Okay. Alien. What is it? Ah, I love this one better. Let's keep Alien. All right. So, in the beginning, I remember when you start the game, this is what I'm tackling now, guys. So, this is the first scene, and it is the start. Okay, boom. And this is the famous 7,200 points at the beginning of the level. So, my understanding is the game is supposed to start at 0, right? Is it some kind of bug related to the screen? For example, when the dev first created the game, maybe there's a bug on the routine or the procedure or the function that create this one, or it's really 7,200 at the beginning and it has been saved somewhere. So we need to know where. This is what I'm curious about. By the way, I'm discovering the game like you, and I'm recording in real time. So if I take my time, sorry, guys. This is not a rush, a rush over crazy video. No, it's just I'm chilling. I'm taking my time. So what do we have here? Let's start, for example, by seeing the first scene, which is obviously the start screen. If you push this button play and we play the project, usually it's the first scene of the project that start. So let's go to the project settings and see what do we have there. So project settings, there's some input map, localization obviously, and an auto load. This is interesting. An auto load means that this globals file will be auto-loaded at the beginning of the game, which makes sense. Remember, globals contains all the variables of the game. So they are important stuff. We need them. So it is auto-loading this one, and it's okay. Let's see plugins. Nothing there. GD native. It's enabled. I don't have any idea on what it does. So input mat, obviously it's for input. So if you want to change, for example, uh, the um, the layout of the, so you can see that it's already ready for many devices. And obviously we do have for fire, God mode, some, this is interesting. What does it mean shift? Let's try this one, shift. It means that it started the God mode. I'm curious what is the God mode in the first place. So let's see the script at the start and read the script that goes with the start screen. Okay. So obviously the place where you find the script related to your scene in Godot is this place. So we open script, and now we do have this first one. Let us read it together. So we have something like extend nodes. Extend, we have the import of the globals, which is the global variables. And then we do start by globals dot level equals 0. It means this is the first level, 0. So there's somewhere, some place where this variable will change. So we change from level to level. So if the start screen is 0, obviously level plus 1 will be the level 1. So my understanding is there. Globals is life equals true. So I understand he's alive or not, if the player is alive or dead. And I tried the print debug last time to understand how the player scored, but for some reason it's not working. So let's see. So we have a function process with delta, which plays the animation Dave on some animated sprites related to the scene. Okay. And of course, we do an event where we do an input. We read the keyboard for right. And then we do have three entry body. Those are supposed the doors. So if we go back to the D view, we have 3 doors. It's only the, I mean, maybe it's the only scene, I'm not sure. Maybe I'll go back later for this. But I'm sure for this one, we have 3 doors. This is door, door, and door. So I need to go out of the full screen so I can have access to my property window or my scene window, let's say. And yeah, that's what I said. So this is the collision shape, and it has some signal somewhere which is related to it. So it should be somewhere here. And we have door, there you are. So we have door trick, door normal, and door hard. It means at the beginning of the game, the player will choose one of the doors, and obviously the normal one is this one. So let me demonstrate this to you. So this is the hard door is obviously the one here, totally on the left of the screen, or maybe the God mode. So this is the, let's say, this one is the normal. No, I started normal. Okay, and now I have 9,100, which means that it's been updated with some value, and now we have 9,100, which is weird. I don't get it. Why 900 or 9,000? Sorry. Let's go to the hard mode and see what happens. So this is the hard mode. All right, and we start at 8,000. So the collectibles are working correctly. 700, 800. So everything is connected correctly, except for the look. The cap added 8,000 number. So maybe it's related to the cup, guys, or the glass. They call it the glass. It's called the glass. So let's see what happens with the glass. Let's see what do we have with the script of the glass. And obviously, you see that the player score is added by 1,000, which is correct. 1,000 should be okay. Let's see this is the cup scene. Okay, so let's look up for the cup scene. There it is. This is the cup scene. On 2D, it is the cup, so it's okay. And we should have some event that fire up when we cross this collision shape, because this is a collision shape, and each time it is crossed we will have some event firing up, and this is the event, and we call it in Godot signals. So once the body of the collision shape is entered, of the body of the area 2D is entered, we do have this this code beginning. It means this is the function that will start. Okay, so let's see what do you have. So if body is in group player, so assume player is the player, so body entered equals true. So he's at the beginning of the script. We have a variable which is obviously a boolean. In Godot, it has the same syntax of Python. Okay, you don't need to start by declaring the variable or the type. Python is smart enough to understand that by the value of the variable, it's a boolean. Okay, so same for GD script, which is inspired by the syntax Python. This is a boolean variable. All right, so if body entered equal false, so it will play the cup animation. And if not, it means that the body has been entered, because remember, we do have this signal that says that body has been entered, and the event will fire up if it's a player. I don't get the whole concept of testing here because there's only one player, but hey. Let's say, so if globals.player has class, which I get, or I guess it's a misspelling, it's a glass, not a class. So yeah, no problem. From now here, guys, remember that it's a glass, not a class. It means the cup itself. Or maybe it has cup. Like, okay, this is very important because avoid as much as you can when you are beginning coding. If you are an experienced one, no problem. Or even for experienced programmers or coders, careful with the naming. Naming is very important. Give correct names, understandable names, and avoid confusion as much as you can. So class, for me, it's an object-oriented concept. It means class or classroom or whatever, something related to class. And now we are talking about the cup itself. So just this misspelling gives something in mind. So I'm taking my time. I know it sounds obvious, guys, but hey, look, this is the perfect example. Careful when you put naming in your things. So I'm not criticizing the dev, okay? The one that already gave us here, thank you. Sir, you are a good sir, you are a perfect gentleman on sharing with us your code. So I'm not criticizing him. So I guess it's an error, okay? As a dev, you have right to do errors. And if you do, please correct as much as you can, because it's very important that when you put on your naming thing, or you put your names, always put on a correct, let's say, correct name. It avoid confusion for you and for others who read the code after you. So if globals, so what we do, we do a queue-free, which means we remove this complete class from, and assuming it's a cup, so it's queue-free. It's liberating calling the garbage collectors to remove the cup itself. But here we do have the score that is obviously incremented with 1000. So my understanding, the correct behavior, or let's say the good behavior, or what is supposed to be, is that each time the player comes across the cup, he has more 1000 points added. But you see with me that each time it's the double of the first value. So we did have, if you remember, 8000 become 16,000, and I remember 7,000 become 14,000. It means it doubles the thing. So what is it? Why do we have this kind of error, and why we have at the beginning of the game 7,000, and more interestingly, I would say, why if when the player crosses the cup, he is going to something like 7,000. This is weird. So look at that. Now I just noticed something. When we start the game, there's already a cup. Hey, there's already a cup. Stop, 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 stop. This is becoming more interesting, guys. I love coding for this kind of this discovery. This is cool, guys. Give me a sec. So let me go back to this view first. At the beginning of the game, the player will fall off and ended up in this cup. So my guess is when this player start, it will come across this cup. And when it comes across the cup, so the first value is 1000, but we do have 7000. So we need to understand why we have 7000. So maybe let's look on the details of the inspector and see if there's somewhere. Oh, that would be too good, too easy. I was hoping that I found some property here which has been changed for this instance, but clearly it's not. Hmm. Okay, you are not making things easy for us, Dave. Okay, so it's area 2D. So this is the latest things, object properties. All right. So I don't think there's, usually when you want to put some value, you export it. This is how good GDScript works. You want to publish a variable to the editor, you always put an export. We can't. The thing is, the globals.gd has a score of plus 10,000 each time. So this is the cup script. Let's go back to the start screen script and see what happens there. Maybe there's a problem in the start screen script. I'm trying to look for the, so let me remove this one. It's not doing anything. So my understanding on ready var globals will get globals.id. And we do have this scene change scene, and that's all. The only we are not updating this the at the beginning of the game, we're not updating. The only thing we are doing, we are loading the globals. So we do have level 0 is live true, and health started at 5. What is health anyway? Let's go back to globals and see what's there. So we have health, which looks far. I guess health is the number of players. At the beginning of Dangerous Dave, we have 5 players. I remember this one. So health, I guess it's five Daves. Correct. We do have 5 Daves. So health is the number of players. And this is the perfect example also of a let's say misconception or misnaming. I would really prefer number of players. That would be more easy. But also number of players can be confusing because maybe on a multiplayer game would be also confusing. So maybe health is okay. I would say help, or maybe take a Nintendo analogy. think like Mario, number of Marios. So I would say number of Daves, and it would be maybe much easier. Tell me on the comment, what would you put as a name? All right, so let's continue. We have God mode. We didn't explore this one. Our main focus is player score, and player score for some reason is starting at 0. But when the cup is updating, it's updating to 7,000, obviously, because you remember we started. Wait. Let's go back to the scene. How many cups do we have here? One cup, two diamonds. It means we now have the 200s. Where the 200s come? Because we collect this one, and the score is not updated. Remember, guys, there's no score in the first screen. When you start the game, no score whatsoever. But we know that, hey, up first we take the cup, which means we are supposed to have 1,000. So at the beginning of the level, we are supposed to have 1,000. Wow, this is cool. Look. So it is 7,100. It means the error is here, guys. It's supposed to start at 1,100. And obviously, level 1, Daves, we have 5 Daves. And that's all. But if you take the second cup, it will take also 14,000. It means that each cup is updating the game with 7,000. It is supposed to update with 1,000. So what's happening? It's a complete mystery. Why is it taking 1,000? 7,000 instead of 1,000. This is complete mystery now. Man, this is cumbersome. Okay, let's do something stupid. Let's say 2,000 and see what happens. Yeah, I know it's stupid. But I want to know if this thing changes with time. Maybe 14,000. Okay, so we start the game. I'm not touching, so I know exactly what's the amount. 14,000. So there's kind of multiplication done somewhere, guys. It means the no, it's not. So we have confirmation now. We have confirmation that it's 7,000 per cup because uh, when I change it to 2,000, it's multiplying this value by 7. And this is why we have 14. So if I put 3,000, for example, for each cup, it will update at each beginning of the game. Let's see. We are supposed to have 21,000 now. Look at that. 24,000. But why is that? Why 24,000? It's supposed to be a multiplication. 7 by 3 is 20, not 4,000. No, it's completely weird. It means that somewhere something is completely messed up. Okay, so let's go back to 1,000. This is not helping like at all. But we do know now that the player score is not updating correctly. Or let's say, give me a second. Knowing that the player score at the beginning, whatever the value is there, this is the first scene of the game, right? So why not assure us of updating the player score with 0? Because there's something that is not working correctly, obviously now. So if I want to be sure that the player score will start with some value, I need to update it first by a value here. What do you think? Let's do it. So let's put in globals dot player score. Wait, it's not working correctly. Maybe I'm not doing it on the good place. So I need to be sure that it's updated correctly, guys. And I need to do it somewhere. how and where. So maybe I will look for a function which is at the beginning, which is updating the class at the beginning. So I'll go to start screen, and there should be, I remember there's a, so this is a class. So I will not do it in the class. I will do it not in the cup. Okay, I have to be careful because now I'm in the class script. Let me go back to the start screen. Yeah, the start screen. Ah, there it is. So this is the function ready, which is the function which is executed only one time at the beginning of the execution of the scene, and this function process will be done each cycle of the game, which means that it will update like kind of loop. But this one, I'm sure it will be executed one time. So this is the best place to put on the globals dot player score, and let's put a 0 so we are sure of having a correct value. Okay, so recap. The first screen to start on the game is the start screen, obviously, which is this first one. The script that goes with the start screen is this one, start screen.gd. What it does, first things first, it inherits from the node 2D, then it imports the globals from the file global.gd, so it can update now the variables that are there. And what we did now is make sure that the player score is starting at 0. Doesn't mean it's equal. It's an assignment. It means we are putting a value of 0 in the player score. And let's test it now and see what happens. So we are supposed now at the beginning having 1000, because remember at the beginning 0 in the player score plus the cups, it means 1000. And let's see now, what do we have? 7000. No, it's not updating like at all. What happened? Are you kidding me? Why is it? So this is definitely maybe a problem with the routine that displays this. So let's see, where is it? Let's go back to the start screen. Yeah, I keep faith. Okay, I'm keeping faith. Okay. All right. So this is the yeah, the level, the start level. So let's look up for level 1. Obviously, this is the first level after the start screen is the level 1, which is this one. And this one has this routine to, which means that, no, it's not the camera, obviously. It should be something like, yeah, this one. It should be the status bar. Okay. So let's look up for the status bar, which is here. There it is. There's the status bar. Okay. And it is updating the, what? This is not a text, guys. Interesting. Don't tell me he's using sprites. Man, that's curious. It's the first time I see this. He's using sprites, guys, so he can update the score of the player using each time. Ah, man, that's cool. Let's see what we have in the script. Wow, look at that. Are you kidding me? No, now I need my cup of tea. Hmm. So what do we have? We have an onReady. Here he brings up globals. The function ready had God mod. Okay, so if the globals is, okay. So God mod is some kind of the from the beginning the player will have his jetpack, will have a gun, and will have his glass through. So he will go through every door. Yeah, maybe this is it. Wow, 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 look at that, look at that. There's a function, guys. There's a complete function that does the... Ooh, what? Are you kidding me? Oh, man. That's some... Oh, man. That's crazy. Look at that. There's a complete function that does this. Hmm. But then again, look at that. No, no, no. This is bad, guys. You know why? Because this function process, guys, it's a function, it's a loop. It's not executed one time. It's executed many times. So maybe the bug is coming from here. So for I in the string function of globals.player score, so he converts actually. Oh, okay. So he takes the player score and he do an append of it. So he converts it to a kind of string, and from there he takes. He takes the level, okay, and then he does all this numerai clear, whoa, all this. So he does the conversion, okay, and obviously he will set the texture according to the number, okay. Smart, to say the least. It's smart, obviously. But my intuition is telling me that it shouldn't be in the... Oh man, it shouldn't be in the process in this function process. It should be somewhere another place, like at the beginning, okay, but not at function. Let's do that, okay. So maybe it will fix us. So I will take this and be very, very careful with GDScript because it doesn't like messing with indentation of the script. So I will do... So if globals.door message visible equals true, okay. So this is not updating the score, okay. So we'll take only the script, and I guess this is the script that is updating the score. And if I miss something, hey, I will take it from here and I'll put it in the function ready. All right, put it here and let's see. Oh yeah, I told you, when it comes to indentation, GDScript is not the most friendly one, so I need to be careful to put it in the correct place. There it is. I think now it's good. It's okay. So I did put it where it is supposed to be. Okay. Mm, mm, mm. Wait. What? Wait. I think I did. Mm, Let me stop the thing altogether and be sure that I'm in the correct place. I'm not sure I did the things correctly here. So maybe I'll start by taking these two variables, go up, put them before the function ready. So here it will be, yeah, so this is okay. Now I need to take this one, okay, this loop for, also this loop for, and I need to put those in. No, I won't take this one. I will stop. No, I won't take this one. I will stop here. Okay. So take it. The function process is here. So I will pass this here and see if it's correctly indented. And it is. So let's save the status bar. And now let's, the moment we see if this solved our issue or not. All right. Let's hope we have no errors. So no errors. First cup, 1000, 8000. Interesting. So there's definitely a problem with this function, guys. Okay. So maybe we should remove it altogether, because obviously the algorithm that is converting the numbers is doing an error here. Is adding some extra 7,000 each time. And even if the player score start is 0, we ended up with 7,000 that are coming from I don't know where. So it means there's definitely a bug here or a problem here. So one of the solution would be to completely remove this sprite things, or debug the sprite things, so we have a better understanding and know what happens exactly. All right, so let's debug this, guys. The way to do that, I can maybe put on some texting in output screen, but I prefer more, let's say, direct approach, where I will put on a second label, let's say, instead of, or at least just right next to this. So just we have an idea. Okay, we're not changing the game. So I did the lookup on Google. So I Google it, obviously, and I wanted to add a label. So I asked how to use /update labels in Godot, and there it is. So it provides me with this code where I first need to add the label with the plus button, which I will do. So I'll select this screen status bar, and I add a label, and I will look up for a label. All right, so this is a label. I will create it, and now I do have a label here waiting for me. Okay. All right, so I finally managed to solve the text, the label adding to that after many struggles. So, okay, we ended up doing this label, which is here at score label, and added the script. So I can now, guys, understand why we do have the 7,000 at the beginning of the game. So now we'll see if the sprite mechanism is working correctly. I wish it was. I wish it is, guys, because I really love the way it's designed. So this is the first cup, and we already have it. So it means, obviously, for the first cup that we do have. So now for some reason, yeah, now it's working. 100. So we should have. Okay, look at that. So this is the score label, and it's clearly putting up the 7,000 value. It means that at the beginning of this level, the score value has been updated with the value of 7,000. So we need now the mechanism here is working correctly, because we do have this label, and the label already is showing us the contain what the value player score containing, which is 7,000. It means that between the two scenes, somewhere there's a 7,000 value happening, and we need to debug it to see why this is happening. So this is completely weird. I'm not sure why this is happening. So we tried at least to find this. So I continue my investigation, guys. Okay, I'm not letting it go. Okay, so I need to figure out this. All right, so this is getting really weird, guys, because this kind of bugs can drive you nuts, because this is very difficult to get what's happening really. The only way would be, for example, to put on the variable on a debugger on a watch and see what happens each time on it. Since the variable is taken from a file, I don't know if it's possible. So let's go back to the script and see what happens. Yeah. So let's play it again and see what happens. Okay. So this is the first cup. So it means that the first cup has been updated. This is the first cup in game. You remember? So we are supposed to have a value of 1,000, but sorry, but instead we have 7,000. Something is updating the variables like 7 times, and sometimes it's like 8. If you go, for example, let's see, for example, um, let's go in, for example, in difficult mode and see what happens. So first cup, okay, I go up, but this time I will not go to the normal door. I go to the hard one, this one, and now we have 2,000. So up, it's random. Sometimes 8,000, sometimes 2,000, some 7,000. It means that the variable is updating itself at a rate that is random. The only thing that can be, wait, virtually random in game is the number of the iteration of the game. Wait, that means that we need to check for an update in some. So let's go. The status bar is actually where the things are happening. So this is where the score is updated, obviously. So I need to go to the script, and from what I see, so this is the normal source. It's updating, okay. So it takes the value and do the conversion each time, but nothing fancy. So let's go to the code of the cup, okay. So I need to go to the cup because the first thing that is updated, guys, is the cup, okay. This is what it happens. And from the beginning, we are having the player score. We are sure it's 0. Then all of a sudden, it's 7,000, and sometimes it's 2,000. But in the two cases, we do have a cup. So we need to go to the cup. And this is the cup, and this is the script for the cup. And look at this. All right. So this is updating the variable player score by adding 1,000. The way to read this sign, the plus equal, is like actually it's a C syntax, okay? And it means take the value of player score, then add to it 1,000. The problem here is that this update is made on the function process, and the function process is literally called each tick, each clock tick, or something like this. All this concept is universal for all game engines. They all have this kind of function that is executed each tick of the each frame rate, or each frame. Yeah. Each frame. So let's see the online docs. It's very important. Okay. So this is the online docs, guys, and let's look for process. So exporting, general optimization. No, not kinematic, physics introduction. No, not this one. Function, what is called? Give me a sec. So it's called function process. Let's take this and take it like this and see what, if you do. Wait, my mouse is doing some weird stuff. So let's take this one and look for this. Okay, function process delta. Now I'm having some kind of misspelling here. Okay, custom drawing. Oh, okay, let's call Google because this code it's getting function process delta. Okay. Okay, so this one explains. So what is the delta from? Maybe this one. Yeah, okay. So it's a function that takes a single function parameter called delta, a decimal number representing the time that passed in the last frame. So this function is called literally when when is called, for example, it will have some explanation here. It's very important. So is a special virtual function that is called by the engine every frame. So it means every frame of the game, and games work like this. Each time they're showing a frame, so we have that kind of animation, okay? And each script will have its own. So they will be added like a stack, okay? So my understanding is we are calling an update of the variable inside a function that is called each frame. That means at some time the update will occur not once, but maybe each frame or maybe random. So we don't know. So we got to assure ourselves when to update the variable. So my understanding is I need to remove this from here, but where to put it? So if you remember, this update of the variable should happens when the player touches the cup, right? And the only place where it does this is here. So why not put it here? I think it's the best place to put it. So let's try it. So I remove it from here and put it here. So we are sure now that this will happen. And let's keep the code as it is. Okay, for the other code, no problem. But I am sure if the body is entered that I can update. And I'm sure that each time the player crosses the glass, he's supposed to have 1000 points added to his score. So let's see if it does solve it or not. Oh man, I hope it does. Yeah, so this is the first update. Let's go now. And finally, there you are. So now you have 1000, and I think we solved this issue. So I hope with this example we learned a lot. I learned a lot myself because it's an update for my knowledge first, and I hope it is for you also an update for your knowledge regarding Godot or regarding the coding in general. So the lesson from today is that our developer made a wonderful job like creating this, for example, this routine that uses sprites instead of labels. But on the same time, putting something in the function process, you should be careful because it's kind of a loop. It's not executed one time, it is executed each frame of the game. So if you want to execute your code once inside GD script, there's another places to do that. And if we go back to our GD script, the places are a function ready, because if you go, for example, to the status bar, if you put something on the function ready, if there's a function ready, I'm not sure, not in this one. So maybe in the level, yeah, this one. So we do have a function ready. Anything you put here, it will be executed only once because the function ready will execute only once. And the function process or physics process, because there's another function like it called physics process, will execute each iteration or each frame of the game. So I hope this lengthy, chill coding session was pleasing for you. It was for me. I hope it is also for you. And I think that pretty much wrap up this session. And we'll go back in another lecture regarding the hacking of this game. So it's a bye for now.